Welcome to this Smart Era first open call for pilots add-ons, the webinar on how to apply and challenges presentation. This session will be recorded. And today we have with us Alessia, the project manager that will introduce you to the Smart Era project. We also have Yolanda, the open call manager that will guide you on how to apply. And we have Pierre from Anisol, the pilot coordinator, that will give you some details about the pilots. You can leave your questions in the chat that will be answered during the Q&A. I think we can go.
Okay, so I guess it's me. Let me share my screen. Let me be sure that I'm sharing the right thing. Can you see it?
Yes, you need to pass to presentation mode.
Okay. Yes, but okay, I already done, and I think I have to switch the right, as I said. Okay, now it should work, right?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, great. So good morning, everyone. I'm Alessia Torre, and I'm the project manager of this Smart Era project from the Bruno Kessler Foundation, which is the leading partner of the Horizon Europe project. So we have been funded under the Horizon Europe funding program, and in particular under the Cluster 6. And our project lasts 4 years. We started in January last year, 2024, and our project will end in December 2026. We have a budget of around 7 million, with 1 million dedicated to these open calls. One is the one we will discuss today, and the other one will be launched next year, as we would say later. Our consortium includes 25 partners from across Europe, 10 countries, as you can see represented here. They are a heterogeneous mix of university, research institutions, public administrations, NGOs, and companies all across Europe. Our project has the mission to improve the life of communities, especially rural communities, and in particular their well-being and their resilience to shocks, environmental and societal, and capacity to innovate. So we start from the vision that providing sets of smart solutions, innovative solutions, that can be interlinked with each other into what we call smart innovation packages, we will be able to tackle these pressing socioeconomic challenges in rural areas and promote a smart and community-led transition pathway. So the idea behind Smart Era is that innovative solutions normally fail when they come in isolation. So, for instance, let's suppose we have a rural area with mobility issues, for instance, lack of public transport services. What we can offer there can be an on-demand mobility app, a carpooling app. But what normally happens, especially in rural areas, is that if these kind of solutions come alone, they do not produce results. They are not adopted. So they should come together with other solutions in a mix of technological innovations, but also include other kind of solutions like business models and policies. In the case of mobility challenge, where a rural app can be supported, for instance, by community engagement and co-design techniques, so the involvement of communities to co-design and co-develop the solution, or incentive models or policies to foster the adoption of the app itself. We are co-designing and co-developing this set of solutions, so these smart innovation packages, in 6 pilots in the 6 European countries. I will not go into details because Pierre-Luc later will say more about the pilots and their challenges, but I will explain a little bit more about our methodology. So it includes 4 steps. We started from the assessment of the context of each rural area involved in the project, so the needs of the communities, gathering data from this area, mapping the stakeholders' expectation, and defining challenges. Different challenges, as you will see, for different communities. So we started with the co-design process involving the rural communities, residents in co-design activities in order to understand what kind of technological and non-technological solutions can really help them. We are now in this second phase where internally within the consortium, we're going to deliver some of the technological solutions, and the other will be delivered by you as applicants and then winners of this open call. We will go there then to the pilot execution phase where these solutions will be tested with these communities, and then in the replication phase where follower rural regions will be invited to apply to another open call and adopt our solution in their territories. In the first stage of the project for this context analysis we have released a methodology which we call SESAM that allow rural communities to measure their assessment, their smartness level across different dimensions that are those that you see in this figure. So for instance, economy, services, mobility. This SESAM methodology is already available. You can download it from our project website, and it allows the regions to understand what are their main challenges and the solutions that could help them. And then we went to the co-design phase, so involving local communities as the protagonists of the process in co-design workshops in order to take into account their challenges in understanding what could be the best solutions to help them. Making sure that all are included in this process, also the groups that are normally underrepresented in decision-making processes, and try to co-design, in particular, technological solutions that meet the specific needs of the potential end users that are the residents of these communities. To help our co-design process, we have also created a toolkit. So first of all, a methodology, and then a toolkit that we call Phygital, because it includes physical and digital components. The physical components are already available and are those you see in these images, like canvases, reflection cards, seat board. So these are all instruments that all rural communities can use to facilitate local co-creation activities within their territories in order to understand the challenges and the potential solutions to tackle these challenges. These are some images from the co-design activities we have performed in our pilot areas that allowed us to deliver action plans different, as you will see later in Pierrick's presentation, for each territory, and focusing also on different sectors, as you will see. And this is the reason why we are here today, because in our project, we have financial support to third-party opportunities. First of all, for this first open call to fund solutions to be included in the Smart Innovation Package that would be used within the pilots. And then in the second phase of the project, next year for follower rural regions that want to adopt our solutions. And that's it from my side, at least for the introduction. So I will leave the floor to my colleagues.
Thanks so much, Alessia. So I think it's my turn now. So let me see if it's okay. I think you can see it now. Okay, so well, I'm Yolanda from Funding Box. I'm the open call manager in Smartira. Well, I would like to explain you a bit how what the Smartira first open call is about. Here you have a QR code to the application site. The Smartira first open call for pilot add-ons was open on the 28th of August, and the deadline is November 4th, I think it's Tuesday, at 3 p.m. And this is really important because at 3 p.m. the application system closes and will not admit new applications or modifications of the applications. And this open call, well, in the application site, you have all the information you need about this open call. And first thing you need to do is to read the guide for applicants that is available here, okay? The guide for applicants is the guide that contains all the information about the open call and the application process. Here you will find the scope of the open call, the eligibility criteria, what solutions we are looking for, how to submit the application, how we will communicate with you, and what are the next steps, how the proposals will be evaluated. Okay. Well, what types of activities can be funded through this open call? The Smart Area Consortium, as explained by Alessia, has been working in these 6 pilot areas, and they are looking for solutions that can be included in the Smart Innovation packages. Some of these solutions will be provided by the consortium, and other solutions cannot be provided by the consortium. So this is the solutions we are looking for through this open call. Okay. So applicants to this open call should try to answer to one of these challenges that have been defined by the Smart Era Consortium. Where I will not go into detail about the challenges because this will be explained later by Pierrick, but we have for each of the pilot regions 2 challenges, except in the Slovenian region that we have only one. And who can participate in this open call? Initially, any kind of organization that is registered in one of the eligible countries, that is the member states of the European Union or the associated countries to Horizon Europe program, can apply to this open call. It could be any kind of company like an SME or big company, but it also could be a university or a research center. Or also, for example, we have a question recently, a person that is considered as a company in his country, like we have, for example, in Spain, autonomous, also can apply. It's important to know that if your company or organization is affiliated to one of the Smart Era Consortium partners, you cannot apply. And what do you offer to the participants, to the winners of the open call? The Smart Era support program will be a 9-month support program with the mentoring from some Smart Era technical partners, and also the selected applicants will receive up to 60,000 euros. The support program will be divided into stages. The first one, the onboarding phase, that will have a length of 2 months, and after it, the beneficiaries will receive 10,000 euros. And the second stage, the deployment phase, where the technical solution will be completed. And after this stage, that will last 7 months, the beneficiaries will receive up to 50,000 euros. There are some ground rules for applicants that is important that if you are applying, you need to follow them. For example, the application should be in English. If one part of the application is in other language, it will be not evaluated. You need to be on time and use your system. As said, the system will close at 3 p.m. on the closing dates, and it will not receive application afterwards. You should complete all the form. You should say if you have any kind of conflict of interest with any of the Smart Era partners. Remember that it's your proposal. It's the proposal should be based in your original work. And in this open call, we accept multiple submissions, but only 2, and should be to different challenges. For example, if you have solution for two different challenges, you can apply 2 times, but only one, and a beneficiary can be only beneficiary of Smartera once. So only the best ranked of these solutions will be funded at the end. And of course, you need to accept the rules of this open call to be able to apply. And how to apply to this open call? In the application site, you click apply, and you will go to this application form. It has these different sections. You should go filling them. You can start filling. Everything is saved automatically, so you don't need to do it in one time. You can go in and out all the times you need. And also you can modify after submitting, but always before the deadline, okay? Questions that are marked with a red asterisk, like you see here, your project title, those are mandatory, and you need to fill in all these questions before submitting. And what happens after the deadline, the selection process start? Initially, we will have a first check where the legal information and also the declaration of honor is checked. And if you fulfill all the eligibility criteria, you will pass to the next stage. Then, if needed, we will have this in-out scope screening stage that is an stage where the selection committee of Smartira check if the applications are in scope of the Smartira project. Maybe this step will not be necessary here, but then we will have this pre-scoring step. If we receive more than 88 applications, 8 per challenge, we will have this pre-scoring where some questions will receive an score based on the criteria that you have in the guide for applicants in the excellence, impact, and implementation section. And then the 8 best ranked proposals per challenge will pass to the next stage of the evaluation. This stage is the independent individual evaluation where 3 external experts that do not belong to the Smartira consortium will check each proposal. These 3 experts will have a strong background in innovation, in rural innovation, they will have local knowledge of the pilot regions. And based on the criteria that you have in the guide for applicants, they will score the excellence, impact, and implementation sections of the proposals. And they will create an evaluation report for each of the proposals. After this evaluation, we will create a ranking per challenge, and the 3 best ranked proposals per challenge will be invited to pitch their project to the Smartira selection committee. And this will be the last stage of the selection process. After this, the selected proposals will be invited to pass a formal check and then to sign a subgrant agreement with the Smartira consortium. After this, the selected proposals will go to the support program that, as explained before, is divided into stages, and Smartira partners will help the selected beneficiaries to develop their projects. To pass this support program, also there is a milestone review procedure where both technical partners from the consortium and the selection committee need to approve the work done by the selected beneficiaries. Well, I think that's all from my side. I give now the floor to Pierrick that will explain you about the challenges.
Thank you, Yolanda. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, is it in full mode? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so what I will do today, well, first of all, I'm Pierre Guillou from the company in Solution, and I'm the leader of the work package 5 of Smartera, which is about the coordination of the different pilots of the project. So, as was already mentioned, we have 6 pilots in Smartera, based in Italy, Spain, Finland, East Herzegovina, Slovenia, and Bulgaria. And for each of them, from all the work and co-design activity that has been done, we have defined a total of 11 challenges, 2 per pilot, except in Slovenia, because it's a smaller pilot representing only 2 villages where they have 1 challenges. What I will do today is giving you a brief overall presentation of each of the challenge. I will not go into detail because all the functional and technical requirements of each of these challenges are already fully described in the technical annexes and the guidelines for applicant. So, first of all, our first pilot is in Val di Sole, on the northern part of Italy. And here, the focus of this pilot is on the agri-food sector, and more specifically on the milk and cheese sector. It's a very traditional cultural sector, and which is has a very big need about modernization and improving competitiveness and visibility. So here, what they need to have is first to have a tool in order to better trace the agri-food production, in order to provide more informed, more detailed and trustful information to consumers, and also helping producers to trace a bit their quality process and so on. So this is why the first challenge is on having this information system for tracing agri-food production. Once again, all the technical specificities are in the guidelines. And the second challenge for this pilot is to support a bit the local producers, and especially in order to have a better track of the quality and availability of the different pasture in the region. So to do that, they have a need in the region for an information system for pasture ecosystem monitoring that is able to ingest data from multiple data sources, satellites or drones, whatsoever meteorological information, in order a bit to have this monitoring of the status of the different crops and pasture area in the region. Okay, our second pilot is located in the island of Majorca, in the Balearic Island, and more specifically in the mountain range and the valley of Soller over there. It's a region that is very dependent on tourism. There is a lot of tourism activity over there, and as a result, the focus of the pilot over there is to foster the integration of tourism and agricultural sectors, and also to provide more diverse tourism experience, because you have there is a lot of massification of tourism. So to this end, the third challenge is about having an AI chatbot able to provide some personalized recommendation for tourists, but also local residents, but providing them information and recommendation outside the main hotspots of the tourism experience that you have in the region. So this AI chatbot could do some more conscious and tailored made recommendation for tourists and residents. Also, to support the agricultural sector in the region. In this region, we have a lot of very small scale farmers, and to support them, we need to also help them with an AI tool for micro farming management, meaning that just with the mobile application, they can detect plagues and disease in their crops, help manage the crops over the different seasons, but also integrating all this information in order to have a more comprehensive understanding of the, for instance, the disease outbreaks in the region and so on. So yeah, this pilot, tourism and agriculture. The third pilot is located in the region of Northern Ostrobothnia in Finland, which is the northern part of Finland. And here it's a very it's a region with a very low population density, meaning that it's very hard for SMEs and entrepreneurs to succeed or to be competitive due to the very large distances and the low market that they have over there. So what they want to have is to really support SMEs and entrepreneurs. And to do that, first, they need to have this smart economy service platform that is, at the end, it's a B2C platform, but specific for the Finnish ecosystem, business ecosystem, so that service providers can be directly in touch with local customers and provide their services. Similarly, for entrepreneurs, what they would like to have in the region is an AI assistant that can really guide and support local entrepreneurs. By that, what they want is a system that is trained specifically with the Finnish regulation, business laws, and ecosystem, so that they can really guide and coach entrepreneurs in starting implementing their business idea, or just improving and be more competitive with their already ongoing services. The fourth pilot we have in Smartera is based in East Herzegovina, which so it's from Bosnia-Herzegovina. So as you might know, this is a region that is officially not part of the European Union. So over there, they have further challenges that we might have in the rest of Europe. And for instance, they have a very serious problems of depopulation in the region, and they want to contrast this depopulation by fostering tourism, leveraging on their very rich cultural heritage. The problem is that they don't have a centralized information system. So one of the first challenges for this pilot would be to implement a B2B platform between the tourism sector and the agri-food sector in order to get more uniformized information, to be able to share experiences, know more about the new regulation laws, and so on. And to foster the tourism, they need to have this smart platform in order to personalize the tourism experience. And this platform should not only help tourists to plan their trips in East Herzegovina, but also to help the tourism providers in order to promote their services and so on. Okay, our fifth pilot is located in Slovenia. It's our Smilos pilot because it encompasses only 2 villages, which are Šmarje and Badna. And these 2 villages are located in the inland of Slovenia, and while you have the coast area of Slovenia, which is very well connected with a lot of infrastructures for tourism and so on, the inland is not that well connected. So over there, they have a very big problem with the mobility services, in particular because they also have quite old population. So over there, the need for this challenge focuses on having a new mobility service implemented in the region, and especially with the development of a mobile app. Okay. And last but not least, we have our sixth pilot is located in Bulgaria, in a region called Devetaki Plateau. This is in the northern part of Bulgaria. And it's, once again, this is an area with a very low density of population. And this is quite challenging for them because this creates big issues for their health services, the provision of these health services, because due to that the population is very scattered, it's difficult for general practitioner to be able to provide a good services. So the first challenge is on developing an AI GPs for general practitioners, doctors, let's say, an AI support system, which is that would be able to listen to the symptoms and to analyze the information of the patients, and to do a kind of a first triage, meaning the routes that the GPs should follow in order to optimize based on emergency, based on distances and time to reach people, and so on. The second challenges for this pilot is on supporting and promoting tourism. So over there, what they want to have is once again, it's a kind of a B2C platform but for tourism development, which is a map-based digital platform that could, for one part, promote all the cultural heritage, all the tourism experience and offers available in the region. This platform should integrate some different tools. For one part, for the tourist to be able to plan their trip, and for another part for the tourism providers to create content to help them in the digitalization and the creation of, for instance, online content or media content to promote their services and offers. So these are the 11th challenges that we have for this open call. You have once again the link to the Smart Era webpage where you can download all the information. I really encourage you to really read in depth the guide for applicants, where you have all the requirements and specificities that are explained for each of these challenges. So that's it for my part. I think now we can go to the Q&A section.
Thanks so much, Pierrick. Thanks so much. Really nice presentation. So, Anna, can you let us know the questions that we have?
Yes. Thank you all for the presentations. So the first question, would it be possible to apply as a consortium of two?
No, unfortunately, this open call is only open to individual entities, not for consortium.
Thank you. What is the expected starting date of the 9-month projects?
Okay, so well, evaluation is expected to be finished by the end of January. February will be the month for the formal check and the signature of the subgrant agreement, and ideally the projects will start at the beginning of March 2026.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you for the information. If the proposal is made by a Spanish company, should only be able to apply for Challenge 3 and Challenge 4, or could apply for any challenge?
No. Any company could apply to any challenge. Obviously, maybe knowing the language of the region or being in contact with the region is an advantage, but you can apply to any of the challenges, not only to the ones located in Spain.
Thank you. In the case of tools for agriculture, could we have access to local data for algorithm validation?
Pierrick, maybe
Yeah.
you would.
Okay. So, but this is valid for all the pilots. So, for all the challenges, sorry. So, for each of the challenges, Of course, and this will be part of the support program also. Beneficiary will have to collaborate with the local partners of the project, and of course, some data will be provided so that in the case of AI tools, so that you can develop and train your algorithms.
Thank you. I think the following are also for Pierrick. Is it advised to contact the pilot for additional information?
No. I mean, you can contact the pilot, but all the questions that you might have must be centralized through the open call, because it has to be fair and transparent. So all the information, all the question that you might send us will be answered, and will be published on the FAQ.
Okay. About the integration with SmartTerra packages, are we using the tools and following the methodology in the Annex 2, indicative or required?
Well, each of the challenges has his requirements, and as set in the guide for applicants, when possible, the solutions should be integrated with the SmartTerra solutions. I don't know, Pierrick, if you want to.
Yeah, yes. Also, it's true that we haven't mentioned. You will see that in the guide for applicants, there is an annex about the technological requirements, and one of them is solution needs to be open source. We haven't mentioned that, but so you have in the guide for applicants, you also have this information about the criteria and the requirement for integration, and how it should be open code.
Thank you. Can an SME acquire the ISO EEC 27001 during the project, or is it a prerequisite?
Well, I think this is also maybe a requisite of one of the challenges in concrete. So please check the guide, that will be perfectly explained. But also, if you want to send a consultation about this to our helpdesk, we will check with the technical partners.
Thank you. I can answer to the next one. Would it be possible to receive the slides of the presentation after the webinar? Yes, in the following days, you'll receive the presentation and also a video of the recording of the webinar. I'll move to the next one. Will you provide us with the regional data, or should we collect it ourselves?
Okay, for this one, Pierrick, if you want, but I think the idea is also in each of the challenges, you have the information. For example, for this challenge, you will receive this or this other data, or for this challenge, you will need to collect this data. So it depends on the challenge.
Thank you. Apart from the data from the pilot area, will you also have access to the additional data to be collected from different regions?
I can answer, but usually, I mean, all the challenges are region based. So in theory, you are not. It is not foreseen that you collect data from other region to answer the challenges of one specific region. But this is, once again, I think it's a case by case, and this can be talked with the local, with the pilot partners.
Thank you. If the project is currently at TRL 6, are you expecting it to reach TRL 8?
Okay, in SmartTerra, it's mandatory that the activities at the beginning of the project are at least at a TRL of 4 and ends at least at 6. In some of the challenges, I think we have ideally the project will end in TRL 8, but it also, again, depends on the challenge, and you have it in the requisites for the challenge, but not mandatory. Over 6 is the mandatory at the end of the project.
If we scale up the project and implement it on another country, should we inform you about the funds we receive?
Not after the end of the project. It's important here the double funding norm that we have from the European Horizon Europe program. You cannot receive money from the European Commission twice for the same project, but if after finishing this project you use the solution to be implemented in different place, well, yeah, that's on your business, not on the project.
Thank you, ma'am. Is offline an option for challenge 4 a necessity?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Is option for challenge 4 a necessity?
Offline. You mean if the solution to be developed should work offline? Well, if this is the question, because sorry, I didn't hear very well. Let me remind. Okay, so this is the one about the agricultural AI tool for micro farming. I mean, I guess that the solution has to work online if you want to do on real-time detection and so on. But if I remember correctly, and for this you should probably go to read in detail the guide for applicant, the description. This is in the region that in the mountain range, so you don't have always internet or Wi-Fi connection and so on. So this is maybe why it was stipulated to have also availability to work offline. I don't remember specifically this point. We can maybe we can check and answer later on.
Thank you. Are we supposed to prove traction and create revenue in this 9-month period?
No.
Thank you. Regarding challenge 9, gamification, how might this be approached or interpreted? Thank you.
This is up to the applicants.
Yeah.
Here, I mean, each applicant needs to provide its own view or proposal, and I would say there is no good answer for that. It's up to each of you to propose, and then yeah.
Thank you. We as an RTO can apply, or this is only for SMEs?
No, sure. RTOs can apply as universities or any legal entity established in the European Union or associated countries can apply.
Thank you. I have a few questions here that I will read in a row from the same person. So just to give you a context. Who does the IP of the solution belong to?
To you, your IP is yours. Then, as said, we encourage the use of open source and all this kind of license, but the IP is on the project developer, let's say.
Is hardware included in approved expenses?
If it's needed for the development of the project, of course, there can be purchases that are approved in the budget.
After finalization of the challenge, what is the plan for maintenance?
That is also on the applicant. In the application form, you are asked to provide a plan to maintain the project in the 2 following years. So that's on the applicants to decide.
After the finalization, what is the plan for commercialization, popularization of the solution?
The pilot regions will help in the commercialization of the solution on the regions if it's a good fit for them, but after that also is on the applicant.
After the finalization, how is the solution priced, financed?
I think it's the same answer.
Should companies invest themselves in the solution during development? Example, additional human resources on software, hardware.
Yeah, sure.
Should the solution, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Should the solution be public, licensed?
I mean, it should be open source. We say that this is one of the criteria. All the specification, once again, they are described. But yes, it is a European project, so it must be open source.
Thank you. Regarding challenge 10, the models for triage cannot be medically certified as part of the project. Who will be responsible for the effectiveness of the AI triage? Are out-of-sample performance reports enough?
Okay. This is a very specific question, and for this one, we will need. I don't think we can answer right now because this is something that we've been thinking also at consortium level. So, for this specific question, we might need to talk with specialists and provide an answer on the FAQ.
Yeah, please send the question to the helpdesk, and we will get back to you as soon as we have an answer with the
Just
partners.
Yeah, just a comment on this specific challenge. We have local partners and public administration in this participating in this challenge, and they told us that they are also in contact with the government, the instances, public administration for the health services, in order to get all the ethical, all the correct rights in order to implement these challenges. So you will need the beneficiary for this specific challenge will need to work closely with the pilot, the partners of this pilot.
Thank you. FGP has been onboarded.
Sorry, Anna?
FGPs been onboarded.
Sorry, I don't understand the question.
It might be a technical question. So you might want to reach at the help desk with more details, and maybe we can answer there. Has there been any data collected for usability and for triage models?
To my knowledge, no. I guess this is also for challenge 9. To my knowledge, not.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, I'm reading. Okay, the chat. So about the have GPs been onboarded? Yes, GPs, the general practitioners. Yes, some
sorry.
meetings have been held with the local practitioner, and in fact, part of the people involved in the co-design of these challenges were the GPs from the Devetaki Plateau region. And has there been any data collected for usability and triage model? No, because this is also one aspect of this pilot is the lack of data available. So they need to build something from scratch.
Thank you. There's just a comment as well saying that the QR code is not working.
Not working. Yeah, I have just pasted the link to the application site in the chat.
Thank you. Does it make sense for a technology center from another region of Spain to submit a proposal for this specific Sawyer pilot area?
Yes, sure. If you have a good solution that fits the challenge, please do it.
Is subcontracting allowed?
Only up to the 50% of the budget can be subcontracted, and only for tasks that are not the main task of the project. Okay, the project should be developed by you.
Mm-hmm. Are we supposed to prove traction and or create revenue in these 9 months?
No.
Mm-hmm. In relation to challenge 9, could you clarify which transport operator is responsible for the area?
We cannot. I think you need to send the question through the helpdesk, and we will pass it to the pilot owners.
Thank you. About maintenance, should it be included in the 60K budget?
No, you need to provide a plan of how much the maintenance will cost for the following 2 years after ending the project, but it's not the 60K are for the 9-month project.
Thank you. You mentioned the solution must be built from scratch. Am I correct?
No, if you have, for example, an idea solution, a platform that can be adapted to the challenge that we have, you do not need to start from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. There's a comment asking if you said 50 or 15 of subcontracting allowed.
15, sorry, 15.
Thank you. I don't see any other questions. We still have some time, so if you have any other questions, you can write in the chat. No, I don't see any other questions.
Okay, so if there are no more questions, well, you have the
Oh, sorry, I
answer.
see one. Can we get training data by help of the people in charge of the pilot area?
Yes. Yes, as I was saying, all beneficiary will have to work closely with the partners of the pilot. There are two partners from the Smart Area Consortium for each of the pilots. So you will be working closely with them, and they will be the one helping you, for instance, to contact a local stakeholder if it's needed to get the data or to get some specific information. So just to give you an example, maybe for the one in Mallorca, we can help you to get in touch or to get the data from the local farmers cooperatives or from the tourism data that are available and things like that. So yes, you will get some help, but once again, this will depend of each pilot and each challenges, and this will need to be clarified case by case.
I see another question. Is there a per challenge budget allocation, or can multiple propositions for a single challenge be funded?
No, only one solution per challenge will be funded at the end.
Thank you. Okay, as of now, I don't see any other question.
Okay, so thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much, Alessia and Perrick, for the great presentations and the help in answering the questions. And thank you all the assistants, and we are waiting for your applications, and good luck.